When you hear the phrase good fortune, what do you think of? Meet our next guest. You'll know what it means. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on a local entrepreneur who's expanded from one location to 13 in less than a decade, Harold Swanner. Good morning, Harold.
Good morning, Greg.
Thank you so much for coming in.
It's our pleasure to be here.
It is so exciting, and I know when you say our pleasure to be here, there is so much that goes in. You feel it's not you. It is you and all the folks who work with you to make the Fortune Academy strong.
Oh, absolutely. It's the people that work there that makes it strong. They let my life be very easy.
That's right. So you're able to come spend a time at 7 a.m. on a Friday morning to get out here and be with us. You're right.
Absolutely. We have a great staff.
Yeah, the Fortune Academy, I mean, folks have been hearing about that for a long time, but your ownership really began in 1995.
Correct. I purchased in 1995. At the time I purchased it, it was one instructor, one administration person, and myself at one location teaching one subject matter.
Just one subject matter?
Right.
In 1995, one location, one instructor, one administration person, and one subject.
Correct.
That's incredible. Where would you all be now, less than a decade later?
We have 13 locations, 7 full-time personnel in the office, about 60-something instructors scattered out throughout South Carolina.
And you're entirely in the Palmetto State. You haven't gotten into the Tar Heel State yet.
No, we have restricted all of our activities to South Carolina.
Well, that's great. That's great. Of course, with the hub being in Myrtle, have you gotten into the PD yet, or into down into the Low Country, or are you hitting the Midlands and the Upstate?
We hit them all. We've got Beaufort, Hilton Head, Charleston, Orangeburg, Sumter, Florence, Greenwood, Aiken, Anderson, Greenville, and Spartanburg.
Wow. That is amazing, Harold. Now, have you traveled all the locations? Obviously, as chairman of the board, you're pretty dang busy, but have you been there for all the grand openings?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
All the contract signing, all the grand openings, and try to hit every location at least twice a year.
Is that right? Now, of course, when we hear Fortune Academy, obviously in Horry County and in the PD, that's a name that's been around a long time. Folks have been hearing it a long time. As you've entered these other markets, do you continue to use Fortune Academy's name?
Yes, we use Fortune Academy at all locations. 11 of the locations are within the technical college system.
Okay.
And we were very fortunate when we went to the technical college system in year 2000. They allowed us to be partners, and they publicized the Fortune Academy in their publicities.
Wow. Yeah, I think you said in 2000 you added 8 technical colleges in South Carolina.
Yes.
Which is an incredible commitment. Real quick about yourself, Harold, for viewers who may not have met you in the market or seen you with the Fortune Academy. Are you originally from the area?
I grew up, graduated from high school in Texas, spent 27 years in Cleveland, Ohio, and moved here in 1985.
What would have prompted you to leave Cleveland, Ohio for Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
Wow, sunshine. Beautiful sunshine. Came down here to just see what life was for a year, decide what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I grew up and loved it and stayed.
That is exciting. Now, growing up in Texas, what would have prompted you to leave Texas originally to head to Cleveland?
Well, actually, I hit a little L.A. for just a couple of years. And
really? Los Angeles?
Army took me to Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so the military actually got you there.
Yes.
What's Cleveland like? I've never been to Cleveland, Harold. Share with the viewers a little about Cleveland for one of our viewers, let's say in Lumberton.
Cleveland is a very beautiful place. It has a park system that circles the state. Got the Cowgo River cutting through the city. Ideal place, a lot of museums, a lot of great things. It got one thing that's negative, cold.
It's cold is it cold virtually year-round?
You get a couple of months in the summer during the day, which is comfortable.
Right. Wow, you know, it's so funny, and that's that's one of the top 15 TV markets in the country. Cleveland is a big TV market. It's probably a big radio market, newspaper. I mean, lots happening in that area.
It's a beautiful city. I love Cleveland.
Do you still get back there? Do you have family there?
Yes. I'll be up 2 weeks
Is that right? That's great. Well, Cleveland, I've just never been there. And of course, coming here in 1985, there was something, was it work-related that brought you here, or was it purely the sun and fun?
Purely the sun and fun.
Oh, my God.
And just come down, wasn't going to work for a while, and wound up opening Coastal Business Brokers. Did business brokerage for approximately 10 years here.
Okay.
And the typical story of a business broker, y'all Southern kind of business is too good to sell to anybody else. And I fortunate with that business.
Yeah, does that happen to business brokers often, Harold?
Fairly frequently. It's a great place to preview a business and see what the business climate is and have the first selection of what's on the market.
Now, do you still have friends in the marketplace in the business brokerage?
Oh, yes. Yes. Coastal is still one of the largest business brokers in the Myrtle Beach area and doing quite well.
Who are some of the other business brokers, either here in the PD, that folks may know about? Business brokerage is very interesting, and that opens a lot of doors. Obviously, this is a non-commercial show, but business brokerage is very interesting.
It's an extremely interesting business in that commission-wise, it is a larger commission business than real estate is. However, not as many businesses sell through a business brokers as houses sell through a real estate agent.
Right.
One of the interesting statistics, the average small business sells for approximately the same value of a house. And there are approximately many small businesses that are houses.
Oh, come on.
They're turned over each year.
Oh, each year. Excuse me.
They actually sell each year.
Is that right?
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that. Now, is that in a market indicative of Myrtle where there's so many small businesses, 1,600 restaurants, lots of places that service all those restaurants, or would that be indicative of most communities?
This is throughout the nation.
Is that right?
These are national statistics.
That's fascinating. Well, of course, part of this statistic bank that you turn to, Harold, is something that a lot of viewers, I know when you were with us last summer, is when you were here with SCORE. Share with the viewers a little about your involvement with SCORE and exactly what SCORE is.
SCORE stands for Senior Corps Retired Executive, although there is a category for active non-seniors.
Right.
I was in SCORE from 1987 to 1995, dropped out when I bought Fortune, and rejoined SCORE about 6 months ago. SCORE traditionally worked with a lot of people wanting to get in the business. We are now putting a major emphasis on counseling and working with people that are in business. We feel that we may be able to accomplish more by taking somebody that's already in business and helping them to improve their business, create more jobs, and a better profitability.
I was reading about one of our guests who was with us, your friend who was with us this past Wednesday, Santee, and it was fascinating, a little piece that Coastal Carolina had done on him. He highlighted at the end of this story the aspect that he has a great sense of responsibility, because it's not only his employment that he's interested in, but it's the employment of all of his employees. It all falls on him in the end as a small business owner, or on you as the owner of the Fortune Academy. I mean, a heck of a lot of folks are dependent on you operating well to keep their livelihoods.
Oh, absolutely. In the SCORE, as well as small business, creating jobs and keeping better paying jobs is one of our goals.
I know recently, I think last week, there was a lot that went on. I know you were making a presentation last week. It's so many exciting things that happen with SCORE, and on a regular basis, you all have a pretty strong executive council there that meets to help make sure that the advice that you all are given. But now SCORE is a national group, is it not?
SCORE is a national group under the Small Business Administration.
Okay.
I forget the exact number, but thousands of counselors nationally. We have locally about 30 counselors in all walks of life, from marketing to advertising to finance to quality control. Most of them have held very senior positions in some of the largest corporations in the country.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw it, the old website there, mbscore.org, is the one they use. But this Myrtle Beach chapter actually helps businesses up in the PD and southeastern. I mean, it serves a very large area.
Our territory goes all through the PD up into Florence and back down into Sumter area and back to Myrtle Beach.
So even though they use mbscore.org, It is a heck of a lot. It's kind of like the Coastal Carolina Better Business Bureau. They call it Coastal Carolina Better Business Bureau, but they serve Fayetteville. I mean, there's a heck of a lot of territory that are served oftentimes by groups. The PD division of the March of Dimes is out of Conway.
Yes.
So you really have Horry County as being a good launch pad to help a lot of areas.
Horry County is our main area. We have branches starting one in Georgetown, one in Surfside, and looking to start one hopefully in Florence.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you know, when we talk about expanding the Fortune Academy and being in that position, Harold, where you shifted from a business broker to actually buying one of the businesses you were brokering, share with viewers a little about exactly how that happens, how you go through the machinations. Let's say from the business brokerage side, how you help make sure that the business owner is positioning their business correctly, but B, how you make sure that the potential business buyer looks at a business correctly and can see potential upsides.
Well, from a business broker's view, I took pride in making sure that people purchased a business, were capable of running it, and was profitable at it. And you start out by actually your interview and finding out what a person has to invest in a business, what their talents are, and what they're expecting to get out of it. Mm-hmm. You ignore what they tell you that they're looking for, because many times they really don't have a good feel for what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But if you understand what they are wanting to accomplish and get from a business, it's easy to fit the business to them.
Mm-hmm. Harold, you know, when someone comes to you and says, "I just want to make a lot of money," is that difficult because you know you're looking to find out if they can actually operate that business that you're trying to sell for the business owner?
It's very difficult. The only way to get a lot of money is start out with lots more money.
Yeah.
You make a small fortune by starting out with a large one.
Yeah.
But normally the small business person is not looking to make much money. They're looking to have satisfaction out of the job they do.
Is that when you're talking to small business owners? I mean, satisfaction is truly something. I know it is for me as a small, but you know, I mean, is that really something that folks elicit to you?
Absolutely. They prefer to have their own boss, get satisfaction doing it. They're tired of working for the big corporations. Just want to sit back and work twice as hard, twice as long to get the satisfaction knowing that they did a good job.
Mm-hmm. That was you in 95. That was you, I guess, when you bought Coastal Business Brokers, but that was you in 95 when you bought the Fortune Academy.
Right.
What were hours like back in 95 for you?
They were fairly easy.
Really?
I believe in working more smart than long.
More smart than long. That's good. So you're able to relax a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I like business brokers because it was an 8 to 5 days a week job.
Well, obviously, buying a business like the Fortune Academy, and back then in 95, as you said, having one full-time instructor, one administration person, was that you or was that someone else?
Someone else.
Right. And then obviously the aspect of having only one location and now 13. What has that expansion been like for you in the last 7, 8, 9 years now, Harold?
It's put a few gray hairs on me. It was hectic at times, but it's been fun. We started out, before I knew what I was doing, with the idea that did not want to be depending on one location or one subject matter, because if competition comes in, it could be devastating. Mm-hmm. Didn't know how we were going about it, what we would go do or what, but knew that to have a broad base was important to have a continuous operation. Mm-hmm. In the year 2000, January 2000, we found that the community colleges had a need for a real estate course. In 90 days, we made 8 calls to community colleges. There's 16 colleges in the state. 8 of them would set up an interview with us. We made 8 calls, signed 8 contracts. In 90 days, we had 8 locations.
Wow.
With instructors in class and students in class.
That is incredible. Now, is Horry Georgetown one of those 8?
Yes, Horry Georgetown Technical College was one of them.
But the Fortune Academy was already separate here in Myrtle Beach, so it's been a good marriage having not only this location but also the Conway or even Myrtle Beach branch of Horry Georgetown Tech.
Fortune Academy was started in 1982. I purchased 95, and we partnership with the college in year 2000.
Is that right? Okay. Who actually founded the Fortune Academy?
A guy named Otis Brent.
Otis Brent. Is he still in the area?
Went back to his home state of Virginia.
Is that right? That's interesting. I wonder if he set up another academy in Virginia.
No, he got out because he retired.
You retired from the real estate business.
Yes.
Did you? What's that like, training folks to be able to have such an invaluable profession here in the area? Realtors, real estate professionals are everywhere.
It's a lot of satisfaction in it, especially when you're recognized throughout the state, and in some cases at a national level, of being one of the best schools throughout the country.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great satisfaction to know that we've done that.
Harold, I think I saw that today Fortune teaches not only real estate, but appraisal, home inspection, insurance, obviously legal, continuing education, mortgage banking. I think there's one more. Is it banking?
Banking,
Just
yeah.
outright banking. How have you all been able to add so many specific courses that are, again, so invaluable?
It's been, once we set the model up, it's been very simple. The partnership with the college allows us a great resource because we have unlimited classrooms. We have, they do a lot of promotion for us, so the promotional side is taken care of. And when we go into a new subject matter, we find out who are the leaders in that subject matter. Like mortgage banking, we just had a advisory board. We'll set up an advisory board to 10 to 15 people in the industry, sit down and see what they want, what they would need, and then tailor our program after their needs. And as a result, they normally give us much assistance in making sure that our subject and we teach and the subject matter is on target.
Well, this is a critical question. Are you doing that in each of your 13 locations, or are you just doing that all out of Myrtle Beach, impacting the other 12?
All out of Myrtle Beach, impacting the other locations.
Wow. What a huge impact that Horry County or the Myrtle Beach area can have on the rest of South Carolina.
Oh, yes. Very huge. And we have, I think, each subject matter, we have an advisory board that we meet quarterly with to update us and keep us up to date in the area. It is impossible for one person to be an expert in that many different subjects.
You mean Tom Mazer can't be an expert in all those?
No.
Oh, come on. Tell the truth.
He's good, but not that good.
Tom's slick. He looks good, too. That's right. Tom is is obviously the chairman of the Horry Georgetown Technical College Foundation Board, which is how I met him. He's been on the show a number of times. He's such a great guest, and, of course, he's been in real estate much of his life, his amazing wife and son, all in real estate.
Yes.
It's incredible. Now, of course, for Tom or you or anyone to master all the subjects, as you say, virtually impossible, but the opportunity to really get strong in real estate. And then in appraisal, let's break down each of those subjects, how you all went ahead and decided those are the ones you do, and how you put together those advisory boards.
Obviously, real estate is still our major, about 30-something% of our income.
Okay.
We are what we call subject matter experts in real estate. We prepare and create our own material in real estate.
Really?
Outside of real estate, we go out nationally and find someone that had the best program in the country. And with our size, we are able to make arrangements, get licensing agreement or some type of agreement to use their material, and they become our subject matter experts, and we become the vehicle to market it and to administrate it.
I think I saw one of the big things, and something you prepared for me to help me get ready for this morning's early morning interview, was that you make sure that all of your partners are profitable.
Yes. The key to having partnerships, and we love partnership, is you have to do more for your partner than they expect. One of the programs that we started, we saw they did this accidentally, and then we were able to define our deal. When we could offer a partnership or go into work with somebody, we make sure we do not ask for any money up front, so that we will make sure that their workload is less, and we'll guarantee them a profit.
Wow.
And it's hard to turn us down on those bases.
Yeah, Harold, y'all could expand internationally with that.
We could, but that'd be more headaches than I want.
Are you happy just to keep the Palmetto State as your as the territory?
We had two choices: either create our geographical expansion and expand into other states, or take the market that we have where we're known at and create our subject matter, expand in subject matter. We have chosen to expand our subject matter and keep our geographical boundary in South Carolina.
Right, right. That's great. Well, of course, you said there's 16 tech schools statewide. You're in 8 of them now.
We're in 11 of them.
Oh, 11 of the 16. What about the other 5? Are you working to partner up with them as well?
Had a meeting this last Monday with one of the other ones. We've added 3 in the last 14 months, and we'll most likely add 1 next month. So
Great.
One by one, we're picking it all off.
You said one thing a second ago, to provide more for that partner than they. The key word is expect.
Right.
How do you do that, Harold? I mean, that sounds like the mantra of the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, come on.
You bring them a good program. You supplement their advertising. You put good instructors in the class, and you will build their class to sizes that they never dreamed possible.
Wow. That is amazing. You know, if a viewer had to run out of the house right now, we've only got a couple of minutes, but FortuneAcademy.com is a place they could learn more, not only about real estate, but about all your programs.
They could learn more of it. It's reasonably up to date. As fast as we're growing, we tend to update it every 6 months to a year. Okay. And we're in the process of doing a major update, but most of our programs are on the Academy now. Okay,
that's right. Again, we highlighted real estate, appraisal, home inspection, insurance, legal continuing education. Now, that's when I'm fascinated that you all have been able to team up with somebody on mortgage lending and banking. How'd you get in the CLE category, the continuing legal education?
Well, actually, that's all the interesting, because the first intention was not to have it as a continuous education course. But today, most of the courtrooms throughout the country are becoming what they call smart classrooms, where they have projection, computer displays, and things. And obviously, we use a lot of PowerPoint and display in our classrooms. So we started out to teach attorneys, trial attorneys, is how to use their PowerPoints and how to put a display on in the classroom, which is very similar to what we're doing anyway. And we found out there's a great need for that. And then from that one course, we found out, gee, we got that. We submitted it to the South Carolina Bar Association. They approved it for continuous education.
Right.
So now we've added a second class, which is a high-powered, it calls sanctioned, but it's a high-powered, on-the-go type of a PowerPoint class.
Right.
And we're working with a nonprofit organization now that we'll be putting on this fall a legal class. How do you contribute to nonprofit organizations?
Great.
So again, we look around with people that have ability, develop our courses for us, and we become the marketing arm of it.
We got a minute, Harold, and I wanted to ask you so many things about mortgage lending and banking. Of course, we think of Coastal Federal University, the community bank or financial institution in Horry and Georgetown and adjacent counties that has something that trains their own folks. But what y'all are doing is considerably different. We don't have enough time, unfortunately, but if you wanted to drive home a point, the most important point about the Fortune Academy and y'all's ability to expand and obviously your ability to stay focused, Harold, what would that be?
Offering the public what they need at a quality, at affordable price. If I got just a second, when we went into banking, you mentioned Coastal Federal. They were very helpful and very accommodating and gave us much support in the programs that we offer in banking. In fact, they send some of their employees to ours so we don't compete with each other.
That's great. Harold, partnerships are important. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Harold Swanner coming up next. We talked about partnerships. The exciting thing is you can partner right now. Put a pen to paper. Partner the pen to the paper and write down 800-922-2245. You can also write down FortuneAcademy.com. Yes, this is a non-commercial show, but there's an opportunity. There may be something you love, one of those categories we've been talking about. In addition, if you call and get in touch with Harold, he can get you in touch with the Myrtle Beach SCORE chapter, the SCORE chapter that impacts your community, whether it's southeastern North Carolina or eastern North Carolina or anywhere you may be tuning in from, or you're just visiting the area, mbscore.org. Again, 800-922-2245. Give them a call. See how you can learn to partner up in the community and make a difference.